In this video, I'm going to break down A to Z exactly how to make money online. And no, I don't have anything to sell you. You can check the description. Only thing I sell is fitness coaching. I do teach people how to grow and make $10,000 online, but there's no links to it. You have to actually DM me and get qualified to go on there. I got nothing to sell you. I literally just want to lay out exactly what I know as somebody who's been doing content creation for 3 years and is now making a shit ton of money online, living in Miami for you, okay? Because content creation is great. Building a personal brand is literally like the best thing you can do while you're young. And I know me as somebody who was like lost in life. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to work a regular job. I just wanted to kind of pursue my own thing. Figuring out how to build a personal brand was like the only escape route, like the only option I really had. And I just wish I had a video back in the day to tell me exactly how to do it, okay? So I want to go over first like the mindset about it that you need to have. First off, it has to be like a life or death situation. I'll be straight up honest. You have to be all in on it, because if you're not all in on it, your brain, your body will not figure out what it needs to figure out to survive online. I want you to realize that. You've been taught how to survive in the regular world because it's like a life or death situation for you, right? Social media, building an online business has to now become like a life or death situation. Like it has to be your only option, because the only way your brain's going to actually learn how to survive in a place like social media. Like it's a very complex environment. I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know, but like at the end of the day, I can't help you with your mindset. That's only something you can do. And so you have to burn all your bridges, and you have to be like, this is my only option. If you're one of those people looking for like another quick way to make $10,000 a month, it isn't going to work for you. Like when it comes to building a personal brand, okay, and selling some type of service, I highly recommend selling a coaching service starting out, because it's the easiest way to start making money online. It has to be your only option. If you're just trying to find 10 different hustles, you're never going to go all in on one, and you're never going to make one work out. But anybody who is consistent with posting online and decides I'm going to make it happen will make it happen. Like you have to decide that you're going to make it happen, and that's the only way you're going to make it happen, okay? First, I want to go over overcoming posting online, because this is what everyone struggles with. I just hopped off a call earlier of somebody who wanted to do social media, and I was like, where are your posts? He's like, well, I'm scared of posting. And so I first broke down like, you have a skill set, right? Like you've made a transformation. You know what you're doing in the gym. And a lot of you guys just don't give yourself enough credibility. Some of you guys actually have too big of an ego, but a lot of you guys don't give yourself enough credibility. And if, let's say you're just starting out, like let's say you're just like 18, 19 years old, you have no transformation at all, still just start posting and sharing your journey. You want to use social media as like a place to document who you are. That's it. Because especially when it comes to building a personal brand, you want people to be able to look back on old content, because they're going to be a lot closer to that old version of yourself than they're going to be where you're going to be in 2 years from now. Like I found out when I started selling my service, I had to dumb down my content. I had to go send people to my old content because it resonated more with them than I do at this current level. You can only help out the people who are a couple steps behind you. Your content's only going to resonate with the people who are a couple steps behind you. And so a lot of you guys, if you're just starting out, like you don't even have some type of transformation, you don't even have like a physique transformation, a self-improvement transformation, a relationship transformation, anything at all, this may not fully resonate with you. It may still help you out. But to you guys out there who have transformed your physique, transformed your life, I've gone through something and I've came out on the other side a better person, it's going to really resonate with you, okay? But to get over the fear of posting, it's the simple mindset that, dude, we're all going to die one day. Nobody's going to remember you. Nobody's going to care about that piece of content you posted. They may in the moment, but in a day from now, no one's going to remember it. And if it gets no views, it gets no views. No one sees it. If you say something dumb, no one's going to see it. Who cares? And the only way to learn is to post, is to do repetitions. You know, your first time in the gym, man, you had no clue what you're doing, right? But now that you're 2, 3, 4 years into training, you know exactly what you're doing. You're a lot more educated. You've done the repetitions and learned. You can only connect the dots backwards, so you just need to start posting. And so when it comes to posting, you got to think about the word. It's a personal brand is what you're trying to build. It's personal around you. A lot of people, they're trying to find an audience. You don't find a niche. You don't create content for a specific niche. You create content for you. You should just be coaching yourself through your content. That's it. If you guys go watch my main channel and actually go look through all of my content, A lot of my videos are actually me just coaching myself. A lot of my raw talks that I did on my main channel inside my car, a lot of those were me just coaching myself. It was something I went through and then I learned from, and then I also know that when one person teaches, two learn. When you teach something, you learn it. You instill it even deeper inside of you. And a great way to start making content is just coaching yourself through it. Whatever you're doing on your self-improvement journey, your fitness journey, your entrepreneur journey, start sharing it online. Because not only are you sharing it and you're building up that content database, that ecosystem that people can eventually look back on. You're documenting that journey, but you're also coaching yourself through your content. You're holding yourself more accountable, because social accountability is the strongest form of accountability. You want to know why these social media influencers grow so fast in life? They get so much done because they have an insane level of accountability, because they put themselves out there online. They're vulnerable. That's what scares a lot of people. They don't want to be vulnerable online, but you have to be vulnerable. You have to be just truly authentically yourself. That's the only way people are going to actually fall in love with you. And the thing about content creation, again, it causes you to get to know yourself on a deeper level. So look at it as a self-improvement journey inside of itself. A lot of people, they're waiting to perfect the product before they share it online, but doing social media is a part of your self-improvement journey. It really is, if you look at it that way. So you being scared, just again, think about it. You're going to die one day. Nobody's going to remember you in the grand scheme of things. And most likely, you're probably going to give up. I'll be honest. I hope not. Very few of you will actually follow through, but a lot of you are actually going to give up. And you're just going to private all those videos. I've seen it all the time. People start posting. They get no traction for 90 days. They make no money, and they give up, and they private all the videos. No one would ever see. No one would ever knew. Everyone forgot about them. It's like, here's the thing. If you have less than 10,000 followers, nobody knows who you are. Not a single person. So who cares? Post your content. Share who you are. Just start posting something. So when I started on TikTok. I was posting 5 to 10 TikToks a day just to do the repetitions. And you know what I post on there? The dumbest stuff ever. I'd post myself eating Takis and just talking about the chip. I would just talk about it. Does anybody else like Takis? Like dumb stuff like that. And, you know, it was definitely really dumb at the moment, but it gained a following of people who just liked me. And I grew 100,000 in 6 months. Literally just by posting videos and trying to get better. And going live all the time. And just learning how to communicate online. But when it comes to content creation, again, I just want you to understand, what you should be doing is coaching yourself through your content and focusing on your messaging. A lot of people, they think quality of content comes from the quality of the camera. I just set up my tripod right here, my camera. I got a light, yeah, nice. And it's no insane quality, but I'm focusing on the quality of the message. And I say that because I had 300,000 followers and I made no money. I was flipping burgers for $15.50 an hour with 300,000 followers. An insane physique. Made no money. And just because my content provided zero value. It had zero messaging. People saw me, but they didn't know me. And so they never built a deep relationship with me. And so with your content, you should be focusing on building deep relationships. How? Dude, you just make content like you're talking to your friends. You just make content like you're talking to your client. You just make content like you're talking to people. You don't got to paint this whole image online. Just talk, man. And whoever finds your content, that's who should find it. Whoever likes your content, that's who should like it. If people don't like it, good. You don't want to gain a following of people who don't like you. It's kind of a mistake I made. I blew up off my physique, and then I started talking about who I am. And dude, I've lost over probably 50,000 followers, and I've gained more back. But I've probably lost 50,000 followers because I started to share who I was. And people were like, wait, I actually don't like you, and it messed up my engagement. So stop being scared of having the perfect product, because that's kind of what I did. Like, I shared myself along the journey, but there was a lot of viewpoints and a lot of opinions and a lot of things I wanted to post that I didn't post because I was so focused on views and what got likes. And that was just my physique, but it never translated into money. All the clients I get coming to me now that make me over $20,000 a month, guess what they tell me? They originally, they saw my physique, but they bought in, they hopped on a call with me, they reached out because they heard my messaging. They fell in love with me, my message, who I was, my story. And so you should just be documenting your story, who you are, the journey you're on, because the more you have documented, the stronger your personal brand is going to be. Go look at Iman Gaji. He documented everything from all the way back. And his videos were as simple as, like, this is what I'm doing right now in my life. This is what I'm working on. You know, and I want to start coaching you guys, but I don't feel quite ready yet. He was just being authentically himself and just talking to people like they're his friends, like a small community. And that's what you should be focused on, is building that small community at first. And that's it. So with the content, man, let's say we advance a little bit further. You get over the fear stage of posting. You realize that you're going to die one day. Nobody's going to remember you. You realize that it's really, you don't need an insane camera. I record all my videos on my phone, honestly, like most of them. And those honestly do the best. Like the videos that are just super raw and authentic. Those are what actually makes money. If you want views and you want likes, go right ahead, but it's not going to make you money. You probably want money, right? So you got to focus on the messaging. But once you get past that, a little bit more about messaging is what gets people to actually tick. Content that gets people to actually tick and buy into something you're selling is content that talks about specific pain points and specific desired outcomes, and it helps the person watching the video bridge the gap between their current struggle and their desired outcome. So you're just making content that provides value by talking about certain things people are struggling with and exactly what to do to get to where they want to go. Like right now in this video, what am I doing? I'm sharing value on how to start posting online and making money. Now, am I calling out your specific pain points? Here and there throughout the video, but you already know your pain points. You clicked on the video because the inverse operation. I want to start posting on social media and make money, but I don't know how to, but I'm scared to, but I don't know where to start. Those are the pain points that ran through your head. And so you clicked on the video and started watching. I'm providing value to you. I'm helping you solve a solution. And so I'm coaching you through my content. And when I coach you through my content, I'm providing value to you. And eventually I'll get you to a point where I've provided so much value that you'll think about reaching out to me, that you'll think about hopping on that call with me. And then from there, I'll sell you. That's the way it works. And so you want to make this a whole ecosystem of content that just provides a whole bunch of value, pretty much just on things that you've overcame, that you've learned. That's how you start out. You're trying to think about, okay, what do I post? I got to post like him or her or whatever. No, it's just like the mindset mistake a lot of people make is they're trying to figure out what their problems are. You're trying to figure out what your problems are. You're trying to figure out why you can't post, why you aren't getting likes, why you aren't getting engagement, why you aren't making money, and so you're constantly searching for the solution. You're constantly being a consumer. What needs to happen is you need to get into the producer mindset and realize you already have value that you can provide, right? You've already gone through a transformation, hopefully. You've already transformed your physique. You learned your macros. You shifted your mindset. You overcame that heartbreak. You went through some hard stuff and you made it through. Something like that. Like you've learned how to focus without ADHD medication. You've overcome addiction. Like these are all things that are insanely valuable. And if you start making content helping people overcome what took you a year to overcome within 30 minutes of a video, that's how you provide value. That's how you start coaching people through your content. And then that's how you get them addicted. They're like, this guy has all my answers. Not only is he helping me out, but I actually like him. I really like this guy. They start consuming all your content and they buy into your brand. They're now invested into you and they're listening to what you say, right? So you got to give yourself more credit than you do. You got to look at all the things you overcame, how far you have came. And sometimes this does take reflecting and actually sitting back and thinking about how far you've come and all the things you have overcame. But once you do that, you have this variety of information to give, this massive pool of value to provide. You're just so focused on what your problems are when you need to be more focused on what are other people's problems that you can help out. Because I promise you right now, you already have a bunch of value that you can provide. And it's funny enough, a lot of the people I know, either here in Miami or online, that make a shit ton of money online, they still have a lot of problems. They still aren't perfect. They still struggle with a lot of things. But they focus on helping people out with what they're best at. They focus on providing the value of which they do have. Because you're never going to be a perfect project. You're never going to be completed. And so you always focusing on what are your issues is going to make you constantly a consumer, constantly looking for more information, constantly looking to buy the next mentorship or the next course when you just need to take what you already have and start producing with it. And so with that content, where do you want to start? Start anywhere. Start with whatever your favorite platform is. Whatever platform you're on the most. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, it doesn't matter. Just start building a following somewhere. Start building the skill of content creation, because once you have built the skill of content creation, you can grow any platform. Really. I grew my TikTok to 100,000 in 6 months. Then I grew my Instagram to 100,000 in about 4 months. YouTube is a little bit more difficult, a little bit harder, but it's still the same principles still apply. And so don't worry about which platform to post on. just post on your favorite one. I would recommend Instagram's the best one and YouTube. TikTok's all right as well. Use all three of them possibly. Just repost them across all platforms. But focus on the main one that you like the most. Focus on building a community on just one of them. You just want to focus in on one platform. And that's it. And then you kind of want to have a filter to your content. And what that means is, like, generally, what are you talking about? At first, you're probably just going to be testing out and posting a bunch of different things, and that's fine. But eventually, you kind of want to find your brand's voice. So specifically, where are you going in life? This is how you create a cult following. This is how you create a brand, right? So you got to think about, what are the pain points and struggles, and, you know, where you've come from. What's your story? That's kind of the story of the brand. That's kind of the pain points and the struggles of people who are going to be watching your content. And you got to really think about where you're heading. And this is a very important part of the process. If you want to build a following, you have to be a leader. And so it's very important to have a vision for your life. If you don't have a vision for your life, you're not going to do well in content creation. Because what you're doing is you're building a following, leading people somewhere through your content. So you got to have a clear vision on where you're heading. Okay? And when you know where you're heading, you know what you stand for, you know what you stand against, you know your dreams, your ambitions, where you're going after. And now you can start sharing that in your content. You can start building a following of people who are just a couple steps behind you, and you're leading them towards that life. And again, that's why you focus on talking about the things you have learned and not focusing on the problems that you have. Because you're always going to be moving ahead. There's always going to be problems, but then you're just providing information to the people who are following you of the things you have learned. And that's how you become a leader online. That's how you gain a following. It's as simple as that, okay? When it comes to actually speaking on camera, it's a very important part that a lot of people mess up, is they try to tell people what to do. You don't want to tell people what to do. All you want to do is just provide them the information and talk a lot in the I sense. A lot of people, they try to, like, get respect or get people to listen by saying, you. Just share it in an I context. Once you start sharing it it kind of turns off people's bullshit detectors. If you're always saying you, people are like, bullshit, I don't want to listen to this guy. You know, we should start talking about you. And again, that's what I'm saying, document your journey. Once you just start talking about you and sharing your journey, you gain a following of people who are in love with who you are and where you're heading. And they're actually going to listen to what you're saying a whole bunch more once you start talking in the I context. I used to struggle with this, but now I'm here, and this is what I did. And now it's a story. And storytelling is probably the most important thing when it comes to content. It's telling stories. Inside of my content, you will hear many times I tell similar stories. I always tell the story of my sister, about my heartbreak, about how I was flipping burgers for $15.50 an hour, and I was holding back tears, and that's when I decided to change my life. Like, I tell similar stories all the time, and I connect a lot of things I talk about to those stories. And so it's like a storyline. But let me get back on track. People just love stories. And so you want to share your stories. Talk about it in an I context. Because again, then you're a leader and not a dictator. You're leading people, not telling them. And people are coming to you to watch you, not to get fucking coached by you. Inside of your coaching, if you start a coaching service, you can tell them what to do because they paid to listen. They're at that next step. But inside of your content, you should just be sharing in an I context. Okay? Just talking about you. And that will decrease a lot of pressure. Again, what causes a lot of people not to start is because they're so worried about what other people think. Do I have enough value? Am I good enough? Am I confident enough? Am I there yet? Am I a finished product? But if you just start talking about you, then you're just sharing you, and that's what a personal brand is. It's personal to you, okay? Once you start to make content that way and build up a following, now you're going to want to actually start selling something. How do you do that? You start it off so simple. So simple, okay? What you want to do is just have a simple calendar link in your description. You don't need a whole landing page. Don't do a whole type form. That's all bullshit. A simple calendar link inside of your YouTube description, or don't even put it inside of your Instagram bio, you know? Put it inside your YouTube description, and if you're using Instagram or TikTok, then have people DM you for it. But this is how you're going to start getting clients. This is how you're going to start actually making money. It's booking people on calls and selling them. So if you make your content correctly, okay, if you actually help people out and you provide a lot of value and you also let people know what you do, right? And so this is when you want to start kind of telling people what you do. Hey, I coach people for fitness. Hey, I coach people on social media. Hey, I coach people to overcome addictions. Hey, I coach people through relationships. You can coach anything at all. Anything you've been through. Just throw it out there. Because if no one replies, who cares? But if somebody replies, great, you're going to make some money. So stop being so scared to offer something. And I want you to understand what a business is. A business is something that makes money. A business isn't a logo. It's not a whole system. It's blah, blah, blah. It's something that makes money. And so just throw your offer out there. Tell people about what you do. And if you get calls booked, cool. Make the money, then start the business. But validate first that you actually have something that people want to pay you for before you go out and spend a whole bunch of time trying to figure out business. Okay? So I just have a simple calendar link. On your YouTube videos, leave it down there and tell them exactly what you do. Hey, I help people lose 15% of their body fat and gain 7 pounds of lean muscle. Or I help people get in shape. Book a one-on-one call with me here. Simple as that. Or inside of your Instagram, if you're doing Instagram, and again, I really like TikTok. TikTok doesn't really make a lot of money. Instagram and YouTube make a lot of money. On Instagram, you want to use the stories, the Instagram stories, because you're going to bring people in through your Instagram reel content in your post, and they're going to start watching your stories. And the thing about stories is they're there for 24 hours, and then they're gone. That's it. So it's really easy to kind of throw call to actions in there. Call to actions are where you call somebody to take an action. And if your content provides enough value and they're actually listening to what you have to say, then they're already doing what you're telling them to do. And eventually, once you start calling them to take an action, they're going to listen to you once again and take that next step, which is reaching out to you. And so you can post a simple, couple story long thing. Hey guys. And I would always tell a story before you post a call to action. I call it seamless call to action inside my mentorship. Seamless call to actions is where you share a story, okay? You share a transformation, but you tell a story about it. So you share your transformation, what you've been through. You tell the story about it, and you tell them exactly what you did. So you're picking out specific pain points and struggles that you used to face, that the viewers are facing. You're showing them what you achieved, how far you've came, and then you're aligning the way you bridge that gap with your coaching service, right? So guys, what I did to get in shape is I hired a coach and I started tracking my macros and walking 10,000 steps a day and morning journaling. And these are all the things that are included inside of my coaching. And if you want to achieve similar results, you can reach out to me and we can do a free consultation. Something like that. You get people to reach out, right? It's as simple as that. Once you get them in your DMs, that's good. Now they're deeper inside of your funnel. So a funnel, I want you to think about it this way. A funnel is like an upside down triangle. Your content's the top of the funnel. It's where you're getting a whole bunch of views and people are seeing you and learning about your stuff. To funnel them down, they now need to DM you or book a call with you. So it's either through the Instagram or through the YouTube. They can DM you through Instagram and get the call link out of you, or they can go watch your YouTube and book a call through there. But most of the time, people are going to book calls through Instagram. Instagram, that's where I make 99% of my money, okay? So they'll DM you if you post a good call to action. It's going to be a keyword or something like that, okay? And basically, you're just going to talk to them. Just have a conversation with them. Hey, man, what's going on? Where are you currently at in life? Yo, dude, I'm struggling with this. This is what I'm struggling with. And that's the first qualifying question, is seeing what they're struggling with. Because if they're struggling with something you can't help out, then don't try to sell them. But if they're struggling with something you can help out, then start talking to them. Have a conversation. Okay, why are you struggling with that? I'm struggling with that because I don't know how to track my macros. I don't know what to do here. Okay, well, if I gave you an exact meal plan and I helped you out in this type of way, you kind of just break down what they would need, right? But you don't tell them what they need. You say, if you had this, do you think that would work? Do you think that would help you? Yeah, it would. Okay. And before that, I would actually ask, okay, well, what's your desired outcome? What do you want to achieve? And they'll tell you, I want to get in the best shape of my life. I want to get a six-pack, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if you have that meal plan and you have that guidance, right, in place, would that help you achieve your goals? Yeah, it would. Awesome, awesome. Do you want help with that? Yeah, I would love help with that. Okay, cool. Here's what we can do. I can send you over my calendar link. You can book a free consultation call with me where we can create you a game plan to achieve these goals. Great. You send over the calendar link, they book in a call, boom, you got your first call booked. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. Then you get on the call and you just do that once again. Hey man, what's going on? What was your motivation behind hopping on a call with me today? They're going to tell you exactly their motivation behind hopping on a call with you. Exactly what they need. I'm struggling with this and I want to achieve that. And then you fully flesh out what they're struggling with. Fully flesh it out. Fully go into depth with why they're struggling with what they're struggling with. Okay? And then figure out exactly what they want to achieve. Now they're going to start selling themselves on you, right? Now they start selling themselves on exactly the outcome they want, and this is very valuable because you're selling an outcome. You're not selling your coaching or your product, your service or whatever. You're selling an outcome. And so once you know the outcome they want, you sell that outcome and you simply bridge the gap between where they are and the outcome they want with your coaching service. You don't tell them they need your coaching. They know they need your coaching, but what they want is the desired outcome. And so once you know that, you say, what's stopping you? And they tell you exactly what's stopping them. And again, they're selling themselves even more on you. Okay? Now they have identified what's stopping them from achieving the outcome they want, and they also know what they're struggling with. I want to get in the best shape of my life because I'm just depressed how I am. I don't like myself. I have low confidence. And I know if I achieve this physique, I'm going to have high confidence. And what's stopping me is I don't know what to do with my eating and my training, and I can't stay adherent. Okay, awesome. Well, why start now? Why do you want to start this journey now? Well, I want to start now because I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of feeling this way. Perfect. You're a perfect fit for what I do is what you want to tell them. You're a perfect fit for what I do. And this is where you get into the dark magic of sales. You don't say to them, you're a perfect fit for what I do because you need a meal plan, you need a training program, you need this, that, and the third. No, you say you're a perfect fit for what I do because of what's deep down inside of them. I like that you want to become more. I like that you have that ambition and you feel worthy of having insane confidence as a man because a lot of people don't have that. And that's what I'm all about. And now you're really connecting on a deep level. They're like, yeah, this guy's for me. This service right here is for me. Because you're pointing out specific personality traits, specific things they stand for and they stand against. And once you've gone over that, you ask them, hey, can I break down exactly how I can help you achieve this outcome? Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, so, where you're currently at and where you want to go, the way we're going to do that is I'm going to set you up with this, that, and the third. I'm going to set you with a meal plan. I'm going to set you up with a training program. You break it all down exactly how you're going to do it for them and exactly how you're going to tailor it for them, right? And how it's going to allow them day by day to achieve the result they want, and how you're going to keep them adherent, and how you're going to check in on them, and exactly how you're going to shift their mindset because they were struggling with procrastination. Exactly how this plan right here is going to help them overcome their procrastination finally. And again, you're selling the outcome. You're not selling the service, but you're bridging the gap between current situation, desired outcome with your service. And then once you go over the entire pretty much offer, exactly how you're going to help them achieve their desired outcome, you ask them, do you think that will work for you? Like, does it sound like what you're looking for? And if they say yes, awesome. If they say no, well, you kind of fucked it up. And then I would just break down like, well, what part of it do you think won't work? And then once again, you go over and you make sure you fill in the gaps. But usually they say, yeah, I think that will help me achieve what I want. And then you may ask, okay, well, what was your favorite part about it? My favorite part about it was this. Now you know what they specifically really like. They pointed out what's really going to help them out. And you just want to nail that down just a little bit more. And you go, awesome. That's great. But here's the thing. And this is where you want to push back. You guys are too worried about selling people online. You want to push them back a little. They're coming to you for coaching, right? They want somebody who's going to push back and test them, right? And they know you're just going to try to make money off them. And so the more you try to make money off them, the less money you're going to make. And this is where you want to coach people through your content, on the DMs, on the sales call before you ever become their coach. And so this is where you push back. Are you sure you're willing to actually track your macros each and every single day? And they're going to sell themselves even more on you. They'd be like, yeah, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve this. Okay, awesome. Are you sure you're willing to check in with me every single week and be completely honest with how your week went so that I can help coach you the best? Yeah, man, 100%. Like, this is what I want. And again, they're selling themselves on you more. You push back them a little with a couple non-negotiables, what they're going to have to do to achieve this. And go, awesome. So what we can do to help you build this confidence, get that six-pack within 6 months is, I'll go over the two options we have. I don't do month-to-month coaching. I do 3-month and 6-month coaching. And we specifically want to do this because never do month-to-month coaching. Only ever sell 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. Why? Because if you do month-to-month, you allow your people to fall off. You want to get them to commit so you get good transformations. Because the coaching business, it runs on transformations. It doesn't run on money. It doesn't run on views. It doesn't run on whatever. If you get good transformations by getting people to stick to your coaching, you're going to have a good coaching business forever. okay? And so you, at minimum, do 3-month coaching. And I would only have 2 options. And I would set it up with this type of pricing model. I would have your 3-month option, or maybe it's a 6-month, but your 3-month option be quite expensive, like $1,000, $2,000, and have your 6-month option be a little bit more, just a little bit more. So if your 3-month is $2,000, your 6-month should be $3,000, right? If your 3-month is $1.5K, your 6 months should be $2K. So incentivize them to stay with you longer, but also pay a little bit more money, right? And so they're going to choose the 6-month. Now you got them on for 6 months, and you create amazing transformation with them. And it's irresistible pricing. But the way you price drop that is you go, okay, so we'll go over the programs here in a couple seconds. I don't do month-to-month coaching just because I don't want you to fall off. I really want to make sure we make this transformation, okay? And the way it will work is I'll go over that really quick. We'll go over investment, but I'm going to onboard you. And the way the onboarding works, and run them through the onboarding so they fully understand. And once you run through the onboarding, say, are you willing to do that today? Like, can you get started on this today? And once they say yes, they have given you so many commitments throughout the call, so many verbal commitments. They have committed so many times that, yeah, they want to make this transformation. Yes, they can start today. Yes, they're willing to do whatever it takes. And yes, this process will help them out. Now they can't back out. They literally cannot back out if you do this properly. Okay, then you price drop. Hey, for 3 months, it's going to be $2K, and for 6 months, it's going to be $3,000. Which one works best for you? And usually you're going to stay the 6 months. And then from there, you may just have to figure out logistics of pricing. Maybe you got to get approved for Affirm or Klarna, which is a service you can use through Stripe. Stripe is the payment processor I would recommend using for your online coaching service. And you sign them up right there. And then boom, you got a client for $3,000 for 6 months. This is exactly what I teach my mentorship clients. This is exactly how I made my money. And then from there, you want to make sure you get that client a transformation. This is a mistake a lot of people make. They get a client and they're so focused on the next, on the next, on the next. But the way the coaching business works, it's like a flywheel. If somebody gets on your Ferris wheel and they get an amazing transformation, they're going to come off the Ferris wheel all happy, all transformed. Energy's going to be high, and everybody else is going to see that, and they're going to want to wait in line to get on the Ferris wheel as well. That's the way the Ferris wheel works. Everyone standing in line is kind of bored. They get on it, they come off, they're running around, they're all happy and stuff like that. You want to think about it that way. So you really want to focus on that client success. Make sure you get him an amazing transformation. Because if you get one amazing transformation, that's all you need. It's all you need to be successful forever with your coaching business. So focus on that client success. And it's pretty much as simple as that to start social media and sell a client. But when's the right time to actually start selling? I would say when people start reaching out to you, when they start asking for your help. And that's why you want to start posting your content today. Like today, bro. I'll be honest, it took me 2 years to ever make my first dollar online. But then since that day, I've never made less than, I don't know, my first month, $1,300. Then like it went up like $1,000 each and every single month. Now it's over $22,000 last month. It's insane. I made $10K last week. It just goes up and up and up. But it's all because I decided to start posting content 2 years ago. Okay? And I decided to actually offer my services, right? I decided to put a call to action in my Instagram stories, a Calendly link inside of my YouTube. And people would book in. And yeah, I've fucked up a lot of sales calls, I'll be honest. But with enough sales calls, you get really good. You figure out exactly what to do. You figure out what gets people to take. And then you want to make sure you record these calls so you can look back on them and see exactly why somebody came to you. Once you get one person to come to you, then you can take that information and make more content. And this is where a lot of people, they go wrong. They're always trying to figure out what is the new thing to do inside of your content. I want you to tell you right now, when it comes to this type of social media and this type of coaching business, reminders are more important than new information. You just want to constantly remind your audience on their struggles, on their pain points, on what they're trying to achieve, on exactly how to do that, on your story, on everything. Because here's the thing, some people may have heard it once. And some people may need to hear it 66 times before it ever sticks. It's literally a study that it takes 66 repetitions on average for something to finally stick. And so if you have less than 66 posts online and you're expecting for one person to reach out, one person to comment, one person to ground yourself and actually realize what it takes. It takes 66 repetitions on average for something to stick. Not only for you, but for other people. It's going to take thousands of posts to get anywhere. So start now. Start posting now, man. Because it's literally the most valuable thing you can start doing. Because once you have that personal brand built up, you're going to be paid for life. For life, man. And once you start getting people reaching out, you can understand why they reached out and make more specific content for those people. It's exactly what I do with my content. I look at why people come to me, and I make more content for them. I'm not worried no longer about how many views or likes or more followers I gain. I'm worried about nurturing the people who want what I want. And you have to realize all you have to do is just feed the hungry. Just feed the hungry, man. If your content gets no views, if it gets no likes, if it gets no engagement, maybe it's because you're not feeding the hungry. You're trying to feed the people who aren't hungry, but just feed the people who are hungry. Literally, all you need is 10 views to get one client. You need 1 view to get 1 client if your messaging is good enough. A lot of people, they overestimate the amount of credibility they need to have with like followers and numbers, and underestimate the amount of credibility they need to have inside of their content. And again, that means the actual messaging. It doesn't matter how many followers you got. It doesn't matter how many views you get. It doesn't matter how amazing your content is, like how high quality it is. It matters how good is your messaging. Is it a video that actually helps somebody out, actually coaches them, actually gives them real, actual steps that they can implement to start changing their life? Does it actually get them to tick? Like, does it actually get them to make a change? Does your content make them feel inspired, motivated? When they watch your content, does it fill their cup up or does it drain their cup? When they get done watching a 60-second video, or especially like a 36-minute video, this is right now, is their cup full? Did you provide them a bunch of value, or is their cup empty? They're like, I just wasted 60 seconds. I just wasted 40 minutes. And that's why I want to focus on the actual value providing. And again, a lot of people mess this up. What is value? It's not how to track your macros. It's not how to work out properly. It's like deep stuff. That's why you need to talk about mindset. Mindset needs to be the forefront of your entire social media, no matter what it is, because everybody can relate to mindset. And if you can start shifting people's mindset inside of your content, that's how you start coaching them. You don't coach them through showing them how to train effectively and eat properly. No, people know what they need to do. People don't have an education problem. They have an implementation problem. I want you to realize that. They don't have an education problem. They have an implementation problem. The coaches I know that are making over $100,000 a month, none of them, not a single one of them, talks about the specifics. They talk about the mindset. They talk about the person you have to become. Because all the information on macros and training and whatever is out there, how to do habits, but what isn't out there is a personal story that somebody can connect to and see themselves in your position, and then listen to your advice and like actually have it resonate with them, and actually be like, okay, I'm actually going to try that thing he mentioned, because like I actually feel this guy. And that's why you want to get really personal, really vulnerable with your content, man. Stop trying to be so perfect online, because your exact insecurities, the struggles you're still facing, that's what's going to resonate with the people who need your coaching the most, with the people who need your content the most. It's people who are just a couple steps behind you. Stop worrying about becoming the finished product. I love this one quote. It's not about taking the correct action. It's about taking action correct. Think about that. It's not about taking the correct action in life. It's about taking action correct, meaning no matter what action you take, just execute on it. Follow through with it. Stop worrying about what content to post, blah, blah, blah. Just worry about posting content and then following through with it day after day after day and getting better at it. That's it. Literally, that's it. I know this video is probably a lot more simpler than you thought it would be, but it's literally it. Overcome yourself, realize nobody cares, just start posting your content, share your story, share what you've been through, share exactly how you made it through it, share your mindset, create content that helps people overcome specific pain points and struggles, align all of that with your coaching, align all of that with what you did. So if morning journaling changed your life, then tell them how morning journaling can change their life. And break down exactly how you do your morning journaling process. And now if somebody's going to implement that, they're going to find it valuable. You're going to coach them through your content. They're going to try that. They're going to find it valuable. They're going to realize, hey, you have the answers to help them out. And once you have this ecosystem of content that helps them, with a lot of different things, eventually they're going to reach out to you. Eventually, one of those call to actions you post on your Instagram, they're going to reach out. Eventually, they're going to click the Calendly link in your description, and they're going to book a call with you. With the DM setting sequence, if somebody reaches out to your Instagram DMs, just have a simple conversation with them. Don't tell them what they need to do. When it comes to sales, guys, ask questions. That's it. If you could just be a professional question asker, people are going to sell themselves on you. Don't tell them what they need. They know what they need. Allow them to come towards you. Just ask questions, because they will sell themselves on you, and they will tell you exactly what they need from you. And that's why you just ask questions, because once they tell you exactly what they need from you, you can see their cards, right? And once you see their cards, you know how to win the game. You align exactly how they can achieve their desired outcome with what their struggles are. And what that means is you see what they're struggling with, and you outline a plan that helps them overcome the struggles so they can achieve their desired outcome. And you sell the outcome. You don't sell what's getting them with the bridge. You sell them the outcome. And you say, here's the bridge that I'm going to offer you that's going to help you out. Does it sound like it will work for you? Are you sure you're willing to do this? Non-negotiables. Okay, here's the price breakdown. You get them on there. You focus on that client success. And then now you have the loophole going. Now you're sharing that client success online. And now people are seeing your client story. And not only are they falling in love with your story, but they're falling in love with your client's story. And this is where things really take off. Because you only have your transformation. But once you use the principles that have created your transformation and create others' transformations, now you have a variety of different transformations. So that means a variety of different pain points and struggles and a variety of different outcomes that all came out of this one process. And now you can sell this one process to pretty much everybody. Pretty much everybody. Everyone I've worked with has different pain points, different struggles, and they have different desired outcomes, but the same process applies to all of them. It's focusing on who over how. Who do we have to create? What do we have to overcome so we actually execute on the education of which we do have? We all know what we need to do, but how do we overcome ourselves? And that's why I want to focus on your content, is creating who over how. And that's how you can make $10,000 a month as an online fitness coach. Simple as that. I'll be making a bunch more videos like this. This is just a basic breakdown of it, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a comment down below with what you really enjoyed. But yeah, guys, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.